Hey, don't let me catch you around here again. Or it won't be just your eyebrows that burn off.
Hey hero, can you assist me? I got a problem.
Yeah? What's the problem?
I need you to deliver a message for me.
Yeah? That seems easy. Devote.
This show is brought to you by Levitz Cameras. When your target is faster than a speeding bullet, snap faster with Levitz. 1 in the chamber is worth 2 in the bush. What's the story on this one, Nevills?
Same as always. Another hero shot and left for dead.
Nevills isn't your average detective. He's been on the force for over 20 years. Moved up from a beat cop to the major crimes unit. After that, he was tasked with handling superhero deaths in Gotham and keeping them quiet. I hope I never end up on his desk. What do we know about him?
The victim was a meta hero, fire user, 20 years old, no close family that we can find. He was shot twice in the chest and bled to death. Went by the alias Malign Inferno. You know him?
No, he was just so young.
Yeah, a lot of these heroes start pretty young. You know, teen angst and all that.
Do we know his name?
Of course we do, but you know that's confidential. Gotta keep these guys out in the news.
Yeah. You said he was shot. What kind of bullets did the shooter use? They'd have to be pretty powerful from the crime scene photos I saw. This guy was armored up pretty heavily.
You are right about that, but unfortunately, I can't tell.
What do you mean?
Well, from the looks, the bullet passed straight through him, went through one wall of the building on the other side of the street, and are embedded in the concrete support beam.
That's some serious firepower.
I'd say it might have been a high-powered sniper rifle, but from the angle of it, it must have been done at close range.
Do we have any witnesses? Someone should have seen the killer if he was in the alley.
Sadly, no eyewitnesses. Some heard the shots, but in this neighborhood, I'm surprised we even got a call.
What about the street cameras? We should have seen the shooter enter and exit the alleyway, right?
A lot of people came down this way last night, and we tried checking the camera on the other side of the street, but that one's been busted for months.
This is a pickle.
Why are you so interested, Schnoob?
You know me. I don't like unsolved crimes.
Well, that is your specialty. Let me and the chief know if you find anything. I'm going home.
Get some sleep, Nevills.
Likewise.
Nevills is a good cop, but he's seen this crime 100 times. Investigating it would just cause more headaches. You gotta take a look around. No matter the killer, they always leave a trace of evidence around. The killer could have entered from either side of the alley. Too bad the camera's out on the interior street. That would have narrowed down our suspects significantly. This alley also leads into this building. Not a chance. This door is so old it's rusted shut. It'd take a torch to cut it off its hinges. What's that? Cigarette butts. They look fresh too. I'll definitely take these into forensics and see if they can get a match on the DNA. It's very likely that this was premeditated. The killer could have been hiding in this alcove, waiting for Malign to enter the alley. That would mean that there was someone else who lured him into this trap. That still doesn't explain what kind of gun killed him. I knew Malign well. His armor was built to encase and withstand tremendous amounts of heat and pressure. The amount of energy it would take to penetrate completely through his armor and a brick wall would have decimated any bullet. It had to be specially designed. After dropping off the evidence I found at the scene, I went back to the office and began the search for a gunsmith in Gotham. Lucky for me, there was one who specialized in custom high-caliber weapons. His name, Jimmy Spitz, but goes by the name Spitfire. Hard man to track down, but not for me. Excuse me, Jimmy Spitz.
Yeah, who's asking?
GCPD. I have a few questions for you regarding your clientele.
Buzz off! I ain't talking no pigs.
Then maybe you'll answer to me.
The detective? I don't know nothing.
A hero was shot, Jimmy, and I want to know who built the gun. A handgun powerful enough to blow through a building. Know about it?
Lots of guns can do that. How do you know that I made it?
My patience is wearing thin, Jimmy. Maybe if I put a hole in you, you can tell me how much bigger the bullet was than mine.
No. Wait.
Where are they?
I did some work for some people, and they had me build them special guns and gas bullets that work with them. They were built to look like regular old 45 cals, but I built them with some volatile promethium.
Promethium? Are you nuts? Who'd you sell them to?
I don't know. They'll give me.
I'll beat them to it if you don't. Who did you sell the guns to?
No. I sold them to Intergang.
Son of a...
Hey, ain't you gonna protect me? What did they come looking for me for squealing?
Like you said, they'd kill you. Intergang. Why'd it have to be them? A group of insane mobsters with ties to Apocalypse. Why'd it have to be them? But a better question is, why would they contact a lesser-known gunsmith for hire when they could easily get better weapons? This complicates the case even more than before, and I'm still no closer to the killer's identity. In the meantime, forensics is called in, and they have some information about the cigarette butts I sent them earlier. What'd we find, Tommy?
Hi, Snoop. Well, I took a look at the cigarettes you sent in, and sure enough, a DNA match popped up.
So who's our suspect?
Commissioner Gordon. Looks like you caught him in the act.
Damn. I was so close.
Hey, don't sweat it. I'm sure you'll figure out who it was.
Yeah, you're probably right. So who's the new arrival Nightwing is keeping an eye on?
Oh, that guy. He's some thug working with the Falcones.
Why'd we bring him in?
He pulled a gun on a shop owner. Funny thing is, Ramirez was off duty getting coffee when it happened. Caught in the act.
Well, at least that's another criminal off the streets. Thanks for taking a look. If I find anything, you can take a look at it.
Sure thing, Snoop. I'll have it done after I'm done doing forensics on this guy's gun. Weird thing, too.
What weird gun?
Oh, this guy hit the shop owner over the head with the gun. Ramirez said it pulsed when it hit his head. Knocked him out, knocked this guy on his ass. Sounds pretty funny, right? Thing is, I've never seen a gun like this before. Made of promethium.
Why'd he hit the guy instead of shooting him?
I don't think he could, or at least didn't know how to.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Well, the gun needs a form of energy to fire. Also, the promethium, unless it's depleted, can cause mutations, metapowers. The way we figure is the weapon would cause a mutation allowing the user to have meta powers to operate it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Tommy, do we know any of his accomplices? Any ties he might have to other gangs or families?
Well, besides the Falcones, his rap sheet ties him to the Galante family and the Intergang. Looks like he might have jumped ship during the war those two had a few years back.
I don't think that's the case. I think he's still running with Intergang, or the Galante family. Maybe even both.
Weird. What does that matter anyway? He just hired muscle.
You may have just given me a lead. Thank you, Tommy.
Good thing.
Intergang, Galante, Falcone. This was no coincidence. A few years back, there was a case against the Falcones. They were smuggling a new type of drug from Metropolis, and got caught. They and many of their associates were charged with racketeering. The Falcones have a lot of associates, not a lot tying them to Intergang or the Galantes. Lucky for me, he takes a pretty picture. Maximilian Eels, known just as Max Eels by his associates. He is a scumbag. This guy has a neat little rap sheet. Multiple counts of assault, drug trafficking, larceny, just to name a few. Me and him have a special bond. Not only was I his arresting officer during the Falcone racketeering case, but prior to that, I caught him with a lovely prostitute named Diamond. That got him a year in jail on charges of solicitation. Why am I following him? He has ties to countless gangs and crime families in Gotham. Most importantly, Intergang and the Galante family. More than that, he has been known to work closely with Cord Industries. Cord Industries' CEO is Tobias Whale, head of the Galante family. He's clearly still tied to Intergang, and I think a few of their employees just got some new prototype weaponry, courtesy of our friend Jimmy Spitz. Where are you headed? The GCPD. I gotta find out what he's up to. Maximilian Eels. Snoob. What are you doing here? You're not in handcuffs, so I assume you came to confess.
Confess to what, Snoob?
To the murder of a hero by the name of Malign Inferno, the man you shot last night.
You know, Snoob, you would have made a better comedian than a detective.
I know you did it, and I can prove it.
Yeah, you think you're so smart. But you know what? You're dead wrong.
You still didn't tell me why you're here.
I'm here to talk to all these fine officers about the murder.
The murder you caused.
No. In my office, now.
Let me give you a piece of advice. When your chips are down, give up. Good luck, Snoob. You're gonna need it.
Watch your back, Eels. You never know who's right behind you. You wanted to see me, Chief?
Why are you interrogating Max Eels?
He did it, Chief. He is the murderer, and I can prove it.
Jesus, noob. He didn't kill the guy. He's the one who called it in.
What? Why would he? But I have proof.
Knock it off. Unless you can get me something tangible, leave Eels alone, got it?
Got it.
Now get out of my office.
The Chief was right. Everything I had was circumstantial. I know it has to be him, though. Too many arrows are pointing at him. I just need to get a hold of his gun. Even through all the proof I have, I still feel something in the back of my mind. I feel as though I've only scratched the surface of this mystery. Something much more sinister was coming. I need to make a few calls. Come on. Come in. The door's unlocked.
Hello. Are you Detective Schnoop?
Hello? Why is everything black and white? I'll call you back. Who is this mysterious lady? Will the detective solve the murder? And will Detective Nevills ever get a better job? Find out next time on Night Falls.